olive oil, maple syrup, seafood. No, it's not a grocery list, it's just some of the foods most at risk for food fraud. But what exactly is food fraud? Experts say that the phrase is an umbrella term for a number of different criminal activities, such as altering products so it's not 100% pure, counterfeiting products or making fake duplicates of the real thing, or theft of products from one market to another. And how bad has food fraud gotten?
Bad, to be blunt. Counterfeit food and beverages it's a widespread problem, believe it or not just only in the US, but throughout the entire world.
The numbers are astonishing. Studies have shown that food fraud is present in nearly 10% of the global grocery category, which is roughly $12 trillion a year.
There's a risk, of course, to both consumers and the legitimate food industry from this widespread fraud. Food fraud is not really one of those things that's aimed at a specific type of food or a simple product. It's everything. Some food products and beverages are more, shall we say, susceptible to food fraud, and counterfeiters take advantage of that.
Some examples of impacted foods are Parmesan cheese, the making and selling of counterfeit versions. That market is said to be worth around $2 billion. Maple syrup is another product hit by fraud, with some companies diluting bottles with water and food dyes to make it look like the real thing. And one of the many seafood fraud cases the U.S. Department of Justice has cracked down on details one major company caught in the act of buying and selling intentionally mislabeled fish for more than 10 years. Fowler says that there are many reasons for the dominance of fraud in the food and beverage industry, namely lack of due diligence and oversight at multiple levels. But he also mentions that the boom in online shopping has been a huge open door to fraud cases as well.
Online purchase of food and beverages has skyrocketed in the last decade or more. It is really astounding, the percentage from a year to year about how much more consumers are buying things online. And in many cases, consumers themselves just don't have enough information or enough awareness to really be able to tell the difference or make informed judgments.
For US-based food businesses, it's about focusing on one aspect of food fraud in particular, the sourcing of raw materials.
Where are you sourcing the ingredients from? Have they actually gone and engaged with them personally on the ground? Have they inspected the facilities? I've found over the years that some startup companies who are just starting into the business of producing a particular, say, a snack product or a beverage, don't spend as much time doing their due diligence in terms of inspecting and getting to know their sources if they're overseas. And that's really crucial, I think.
Fowler also says that resources such as the Consumer Brands Association and government organizations like the Food and Drug Administration can go a long way in learning how to better protect yourself against food fraud. Another important point, get to know the people who are helping you.
You really have to develop a relationship, because if you're going to have a partnership with someone and their ingredients or the ingredients that they themselves source from other places, like from farms or from other growers, I think you want to assure yourself that you are confident that what you're getting is legitimate. And you just can't take that from a online 15-minute conversation.
For the Food Institute, I'm Susan Choi.